So my name is Liesl Eichler Clark, and I'm the director of Michigan's Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. And the department's mission is to protect public health and the environment. And I like to say to my team of 1,300 that while our jobs are hard, our mission is simple. And that's really to meet our residents where they're at and make a difference for the 10 million people that we serve. So one of the things that makes me so proud to serve in Governor Whitmer's cabinet is that authentic female leadership that we see just all throughout state government, as well as within our partners in communities and local government, and at the federal level, as well as in the private sector. We see empowered women empowering other women. And that is, to me, just so important to advance women and give them an opportunity to be who they are. And to bring their own leadership style to the roles that they play. So what does that mean for me? How do I think about my leadership style? I think one of the really important pieces, the first is really to live your values. And I'm fortunate in this job and working with this administration that I have an incredible opportunity to live my values. The second is to build trust, and that is with your colleagues, that is with people kind of outside of your organization or company or state government, but it's also with the people that we serve. It's really important to build trust. Plus, trust is just fundamental to everything that we do everywhere, not just in government, but just across our lives. The next is really being willing to have hard conversations. And that is something that is tough, but I love seeing women embracing sitting down and having those tough conversations in order to build vulnerability, allow yourself to be vulnerable to build that trust. And then finally, authentic leadership really is being able to reset after failure. Nothing comes perfectly. Nothing is successful all the time. We all know that multiple failures lead up to success, and that's really important. And being able to brush yourself off, figure out what you learned from that experience, and then move forward is really critical. And those are traits that I like to see in authentic leaders, particularly in authentic women leaders. So my pieces of advice would be probably twofold. The first is bet on yourself. You know what you're doing, you know what your strengths are, lean into your strengths. It's really important to be able to bet on yourself. And the second is just, be willing to show up. So like I said, we are not perfect. We do fail from time to time. We do have stumbling blocks, but pick yourself up, be ready to dust off and keep going. And so just showing up is such a critical component of what we do. And I think that it can position you really well to be successful going forward. Just know that, have that confidence in yourself. And just bet on yourself and know that while particularly I know in my role as well as in other cabinet roles within Governor Whitmer's cabinet, I know that they're not easy jobs by any means. They're tough jobs. But when I get overstressed about it from time to time, I think to myself, you know what? I have confidence in myself. I'm able to bet on myself, and I'm able to know that not every decision is going to be perfect. But I'm going to do the best I can with the hard decisions that are in front of us. And so I would just say, be willing to bet on yourself. So from the perspective of the environment and the work that we do at Eagle to protect public health and the environment, the number one thing that I see, particularly coming out of the recession, is really the kitchen table issues that we hear the governor talking about all the time. From an Eagle perspective, that's about water. You might not think about water infrastructure. You might not think about the water that gets delivered to your house or the wastewater treatment plant that supports your community, your business, your school. But making sure that those systems are keeping you safe and doing it in the least costly way possible is really critical. We've just seen a huge investment from Governor Whitmer in that water infrastructure system that really is going to not only protect you and your families when you get a glass of water, but also protect the pocketbook because we're investing early in that water infrastructure, as opposed to letting it degrade over time and then having to have an emergency impact on the end. So that's what I see as one of the number one steps coming into the recovery.